What's up, y'all? This is Judah again with another exploration with our mindfulness and music. This exploration is going to take us into the beginnings of songwriting, of song creation, and finding our emotions and how they connect to sounds. So, what you're going to get is the opportunity to hear 4 distinct sounds that are all part of a track. And as you hear these sounds, you're going to explore the different dimensions of these sounds. So you're going to explore each individual sound and what it is doing by just using your imagination. And you're going to then, in the end, hear all of the sounds together. And by that time, you will have had an amount of thoughts that have already begun to turn in your mind about the feelings of these sounds. And then you'll have something to work with to either create some song lyrics or to think about how a beat would sound using all of the sounds together. So, I hope you enjoy this exploration. In the background, one of my tracks just, highlighting the ideas of music production, trying to keep you all inspired. And without further ado, we're going to give our program a start. Mindfulness and Music, Exploration 2. Alright, so we're going to hear each sound for a minute each. And we're going to use something called sensory detail in order to explore our imaginations about each of these sounds. I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. I'm going to ask you, when you hear each sound, I'm going to ask you to think about what are some things that come to your mind visually when you hear the sound. What are some things visually that come to your mind when you hear the sound? That's 1. 2, what are some things that the sound reminds you of when you hear it? So what are some of the things that the sound reminds you of when you hear it? And then 3, what are some things that you can envision yourself doing when you hear the sound? So what are some activities that you may see yourself doing when you hear these sounds? Alright, for example, a sound might make you imagine flying through the air. Alright, so you ready? Here we go. Sound 1. Alright, now let's get ready for sound number 2. What are some of the things that come to our mind that we see? What are some things that remind us of when we hear the sound? And what are some of the things that we can see ourselves doing when we hear the sound? Sound 2. All right, now sound 3. What are some of the things that we can see visually that come to our mind? What are some of the things that we hear that remind us of the sound, or that the sound reminds us of? And what are some of the things that we can see ourselves doing when we hear the sound? Sound 3. Sound number 4, the last sound, which will be our drums. So now when we hear our drums, I want us to fall into the rhythm, see how the rhythm makes you feel, and also get some visualizing going. So get some imagination about things that you see, that the beat makes you see in your imagination. What are some of the things also that remind you of the drums? What are some things that the drums remind you of? And then now, what are some things that you could see yourself doing to these drums, right? How does it make you move? All right? Sound 4. All right, and now we've made it. So now you should have a few ideas to work with, an idea list to work with now, and I'll ask you to see now if you can create a chorus or if you can create some bars to this track. You're going to now hear the track fully together for 4 minutes, and if you have the files, you'll also be able to work on the track and arrange it, or what we call in music production, sequence it how you want to. Alright, so now here we go. Remember, name it whatever you want to and enjoy the track, have fun with it, and I'd love to hear what you came up with. Peace.